Who are you and why are you so violent with such a Disney voice? I don't understand. Who wronged you, Karen? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to How Many Ways Can I Traumatize a Person with Amazing Storytelling and Fear, also known as The Last of Us. We are now on to episode 3, which is called, episode 4, which is called Please Hold On to My Hand. So last episode, I talked a lot about it in the review for that. Absolutely brilliant, just like all the episodes have been. It was a nice change of pace from just the mushroom-faced horror that we were seeing. We actually got to see the life of two people who managed to find each other in the apocalypse and get the blessing of being able to grow old together. And we ended our story with Joel and Ellie arriving there. And clearly Joel was kind of hoping that they were still there so that he would be able to maybe get some assistance. And back in my mind, maybe possibly convince them to come and help him a little bit. But in the end, unfortunately, he found out that he was going to be on his own with Ellie. But good news, they have a vehicle now because they have a lot of ground to cover, and Joel has advised her that his original mission, the reason they wanted the battery in the first place, was because they want to go and find Joel's brother, who they believe at the moment is in, I think he said Utah or Wyoming, one or the other. We now have a objective for them to get to, but as I said, if you look at a map, you know that from where they are, which is I think just outside of the Boston area, to getting all the way to basically central west America of the states. That's a long journey and it would have taken forever by foot. So they have that going on, and Joel and Ellie have kind of come to this agreement now that, Joel is going to at least see through getting her two people that will get her to these scientists, and that, they're on the same side now, right? Because it was kind of a little bit of a back and forth after losing Tess, but they seem to be on the same page now. And yeah, now we're just going to get into the thick of the journey, I guess. So I'm very excited to get into this episode. The title doesn't give us a lot. It does sound very sentimental, but I just feel like this show does not necessarily give you what you expect. So I'm ready to jump into it. But before I do, if it's your first time to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I do reactions here to shows like this, as well as movies and anime and other good stuff. So if you are interested in seeing me do that, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if there's love for this video, I'd appreciate it if you showed it by hitting that like button. It just helps me out a lot, and I appreciate it very, very much. And for those of you who've been here before, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. And if you haven't joined the fam already, please be one of the people who will be part of the first 10K on this channel. So, all right, that out of the way, guys, let's get into the episode right about now. Okay, Ellie, calm down. This isn't a cop movie. One of the scariest things about guns to me is the fact that some of the people that wield them think it makes them so powerful, and really it offers some power and protection, but it brings a lot more trouble and danger with it, and it often makes people act a lot more recklessly than they would otherwise.
Back in the day, we'd drive 10-12 hours on one tank. You could go anywhere.
So where'd you go?
Pretty much nowhere.
Ain't that the truth? So many people have the ability to travel and don't, which blows my mind.
It doesn't matter how much you push the envelope. It'll still be stationary.
We love a good pun.
I stayed up all night.
No.
Wonder.
Look at them Alberta skies.
This is actually before my time.
There's nothing but country
winter, though.
around here. Come on. East Coast, a little hip hop, a little R&B. I'd even take some old school gospel, something.
Light on the reading, but it has some interesting pictures.
Oh, no. Put that back. That's not for kids.
How do you even walk around with that thing?
Please.
I mean, at this point, you think nudity is the worst thing she could see, Joel? Really?
I'm just fucking with you.
Right.
Bye-bye, dude!
I'll leave that for some other poor soul who stumbles across it. Oh, the cows! I'm fairly certain, I could be wrong, but I think this is probably the highway that travels between Calgary and Edmonton. I say this because I've traveled it entirely too many times. Yeah, it's a bit depressing, isn't it, Ellie? It's interesting because I feel bad for her, because on one hand, I'm sure she's been so excited to see what the outside world has looked like for so long, but to come out there and see that so much is just gone and desolate when she would have been around people her whole life is a really unexpected and probably unwanted surprise. We off-roading? And you were mocking that Chevy S10. Seems to be doing just fine. a heavily forested area makes me nervous. For more reasons than just the mushroom faces. Is that Chef Boyardee? Yep. My apologies.
Old Chef Boyardee ravioli.
That guy was good.
I actually agree.
Pretty sure it's not beef in there, but at this point, does it matter?
This is too remote for infected anyway.
Is it?
People?
Yeah, the bigger problem.
So what are they gonna do, rob us?
If you're lucky. I love the dichotomy of their relationship, that Joel is so wizened and just generally dead inside that he just sees all the negative, and then there's Ellie who's still like, oh, what's the worst that could happen? We get robbed. Bless her optimistic heart. Why not sleep in the truck? It just feels like that'd be the safe answer, because even if infected did stumble in, they can't open the door. And with people, if you lock the doors...
Joe!
What?
Can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah.
Why did the Scarecrow get an award?
Because he was outstanding in his field.
You dick!
He knows. Look at his face. Look at
Go
his
to sleep.
face. Joel's starting to play. That's a big step, you guys. First sign that he had a sense of humor. A true sense of humor since the first episode.
There's no way anyone knows we're here, right? No one's gonna find us.
Let's hope not.
No one's gonna find us.
Aw, reassurance, even though he's lying. I mean, the Fireflies were a network, hun. And they're still alive, so at least to our knowledge. Yeah, Joel's like, why do you have to ask that very unnerving question right before right before bed? He's not getting a wink of sleep now. Told you.
Oh, what the is that?
Relax.
You don't like coffee?
Oh, you're missing out, sis. I mean, that looks a little less than appealing, but I'm telling you, once you get into it, nectar of the gods. I'm not drinking a whole
Is it
thermos.
seriously what those Starbucks in the QZ used to sell?
Yes.
It smells like burnt shit.
Not Starbucks slander. I guess they must have refused to sponsor the show.
Tommy.
Younger or older?
Younger.
Why isn't he with you?
Long story.
Is it longer than 25 hours? Because I think
Right.
that's what we got.
We have no music. Help. It's that or puns.
Being in the army didn't make him feel much like a hero.
I feel that's probably true of a lot of soldiers.
So now he's on his own out there, and I gotta go get him.
Do you? Do you, Joel? It's like Bill said. Can't help it.
Keep going for family. That's about it.
I'm not family.
No,
Not yet.
but I made a promise to Tess. And she was like family.
R.I.P. Tess.
You got up pretty early if you want to grab more sleep.
I'm not even tired.
AKA, please stop. That was great. I like it. We have a little bit of a lighter tone so far in this episode. It was very nice after the last one. Aw, man. Now where do we go? It's a lot of vehicles to clear. How far are we? Where are we? What state are we in? And you know what just hit me is that they wouldn't have had GPS like we have today back in 2003. So outside of like the radar that our military would have had. Yeah, I don't think the truck's going to fit through that. Just a wild guess. Des Moines. Okay, so they're in Iowa. Idaho. Something that starts with an I. They got a long way to go.
Take the next ramp, and we're back on the road minute tops.
You sure? Sure people who got into this first one didn't possibly have the exact same issue and maybe block up that tunnel too? Oh, that's right. But if they're going through the city, there's people.
I mean, I think we're heading north.
Yeah, a compass would have been very helpful. That's fresh, Joel. Joel, notice? That's fresh. Okay. Oh, it just hit me that that block was by design. That was not an accident.
Please help!
Nope.
Put your seatbelt on.
Yep, we're leaving. Oh, damn it. Probably should have seen that coming. Oh.
Are you okay?
No airbag deploy? God. Quick, quick, quick. Move, 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 move. Yep, no, that roadblock was definitely by design.
You see that hole? You can squeeze through.
Get in.
Look at me! They're not gonna hit you.
Eh. Move that butt. Now what about you, Joel? Because you are not making it through there. Oh, headshot.
You motherfucker!
Okay. You were shooting at him and he shoots back and he's the jerk? Okay. That's a risk you take. Not jammed. Come on. Joel, I need you to call on the rage of the ancestors here because this kid's pretty young. I think the knife. The gun's going to take time to learn. That's right. Crouch. A little faster, though. He's losing air. Ellie, come on. Oh, no. You should use the knife, sweetie. Did she hit him or Joel? Was it worth dying for?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No. Don't trust him. Ellie.
Tell everyone you're good. I don't know what to do.
Please tell me you're not falling for that. Joel.
I'm Brian. What's your name?
You're about to die. Stop talking to me. His face. He's like, I should be mad, but you saved my life. We will talk about this later. Hand it over. But you need to teach her how to use it, though, Joel. She did save your ass.
It's a good knife.
Thank you. Probably still gonna kill you, though.
I'm sorry. Please. No, please. I'm sorry.
Good girl.
I'm sorry, please.
Good girl. I know this sounds harsh, but Joel knows what he's doing. I wish I could believe him, but I'm pretty certain that whoever he works for is much badder than he is, so...
I'm okay. I'm good. I got some food in here,
Traumatized, but recovering. As I said, in any of these shows, the living are always so much scarier than whatever it is that's ruined the world, you know what I'm saying? At least the mushroom people just want to bite your face.
What else do you want me to say?
I don't know, the truth.
Who are you?
You were wronged, and I'm sorry.
Who are these people? I want to be moved, but I don't know who we're talking to.
I delivered you.
Oh, tactics. So he does know something.
I held you in my hands.
Oh, wow, delivered. I thought he meant like just to safety.
I'm your doctor.
Yeah, killing one of those in the apocalypse is not smart, but do what you gotta do. Oh, it's the crier.
Will he live?
Sure.
What if I had a doctor?
He'll live on in our hearts.
There's no chance.
I guess she just decided the doctor is no longer necessary, which is foolish because, again, just because those guys were shot up doesn't mean you're not going to have other injuries where a doctor would be really helpful.
Find every collaborator and kill them all.
Who are you and why are you so violent with such a Disney voice? I don't understand. Who wronged you, Karen? Oh, we in some old neighborhoods. This must be Edmonton.
They're not Fedra and they're not Fireflies, so who are they?
One of the many other whirligig of horrors we've got out here.
Are you okay?
No. He's had the worst week ever.
I'm all right. Are you all right?
Yeah.
The way he choked that out. It's okay, Joel. You already care.
You shouldn't have had to, you know.
Well, you're glad I did, right?
I mean, if it was him or you.
First time that you hurt someone like that.
Yeah, that's gonna stay with you.
I'm not good at this.
Yeah, you really aren't.
I mean, it was my fault. You shouldn't have had to.
Yeah, but you know what, Joel? She's gonna have to. This is the world she lives in. These guys are probably the first of many not so great people she's gonna encounter. Doesn't make it suck any less, but she is gonna have to learn. But the fact that you said anything at all and tried to, it means a lot.
It wasn't my first time.
Oh,
Show me your grit.
there we go. Teacher,
Finger off the trigger.
please. Is there safety on that? Just in case.
You put it in your pack. You shoot your damn ass off.
Which would be hilarious for me. Ellie, you don't listen. Then again, she didn't listen about the gun, and I suppose you might be right about this one too, but I agree that keeping firearms too close to your body parts is just never smart. You look filthy, madam. A bath might make you feel better and less murdery. Just a suggestion. Oh, somebody likes superheroes. That looks relatively fresh.
What?
You know, just as Conscience kicking in about hunting a kid. That floor is not looking very sound. Let's go. I mean, actually, stay.
Fuck.
That whole ground moved. This is a problem. Sir, all you have to do is grab her and shove her into whatever that is. I don't understand why people just take orders from people who are clearly being stupid.
Take a look around first. Ellie.
Look for items and supplies. Bottles, bricks.
Make our way up, and come morning I'll take a look at the city and find our way out.
Are they coming in the same building that just had the creepy moving floor, just from a different exit? Because that's not good.
How far?
As far as I can make it.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Hey, you know that guy who said he was hurt? How did you know it was an ambush?
He's been outside.
It was a long time ago. We did what we needed to survive. And the people we were with.
Remember when Tess said they're not good people?
Did you kill innocent people?
Come on.
I was about to say, I don't think she's tired enough if she's got all this air to be asking all these personal questions. Let's just keep moving.
Get up, you lazy ass.
Excuse me. I am old enough to be your grandfather.
56 years old, you little shit.
That's right. 56-year-old knees don't work the way that 14-year-old knees do, okay? Although in my case, my knees have been bad since I was a teen, so.
Joel.
Smart.
Joel!
What?
What?
What are you doing?
Noise trap. Maybe you might try to get some sleep this time, Joel. Looks like you haven't been sleeping much. That's going to affect everything. Yep, nope, he's not sleeping. Awesome.
What did you mean it wasn't your first time?
While we're asking intrusive
I don't want
questions.
to talk about it.
Oh. Okay.
It isn't fair. Your age. Having to deal with all of this.
It's not even an age thing, Joel. No one should have to deal with a world like this.
Because I've noticed you don't hear too well from your right side. Is it because you were shot there?
Well, someone's observant. Oh, she cares. Sarah was observant like that too.
Did you know diarrhea is hereditary? It runs in your genes.
Wow. That was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. You need a laugh, Joel.
I didn't laugh.
Yes, you did.
Jesus, I'm losing it.
You're losing it big time.
Yep. You need it. You need the endorphin release. We all do. Oh. It's making me emotional because we know it's probably been so long since Joel actually had a good belly laugh. That's something that younger people are so good at giving you as a gift as you get older. Like the pure joy and laughter that they have is always so nice. Uh-oh, he fell asleep.
Joel!
Shh. Hey, bruv. Oh, he's smiling. He's not going to hurt you. Oh, no, you can't end there. Wow, finished just in time. My light is fading quickly. That was episode 4 of The Last of Us, and that was thankfully a less traumatic episode. I love the first 3 episodes down. Like, they were amazing, but it's heavy, and, with so much emotional weight was kind of being felt at the end of each episode. So I'm very thankful that this one was a little bit more about the adventure side of this journey. I mean, it's going to be wrought with danger, and we already know that, at its core, it's a very dangerous mission for Ellie and for Joel, but there's still going to be these moments, right? We got to see bonding between these two people, and I think that's the crux of this story, right? The character side of this action horror drama is this relationship that's budding between this wizened, hardened, detached man and this youthful, naive, yet also very astute young lady, and seeing how they seem like they're opposites, but really they're filling a gap that each other needs, right? Like Joel he's been emotionally closed off for a very long time. Even with Tess, like we don't know a lot about their relationships, of course, and we don't, maybe later in the season they might give us some more backstory on them and how they met and how they got to where they were when we started the series. But I could even tell in the way that he was acting around her, like when she was trying to take care of his hand and he was like telling her, no, it'll be fine, like don't even wrap it for me. Joel was still very much keeping up a wall with Tess, and my guess is the only person now outside of Sarah that he's even let himself care this much about was his brother, and that's because his brother has been with him since before. So Joel needs to have someone to care about. He needs someone to help crack open his heart again, because even though this world requires you to have a level of, shall we say, desensitivity in order to survive, you still do need to have that touch point with your humanity, with the things that matter. Because like you heard Ellie in this episode say, like, why do you keep fighting? Like you say you don't have hope, everything's just a lie, when he was talking about the Fireflies, but then why are you still here? What makes you get up every day? And he said, well, family, right? But she's like, but I'm not your family. And he's like, well, you know, I made a promise to somebody that was like family. But really at the core of it, you know, Ellie's trying to get to the point that we need more, right? In Joel's case, his purpose is the people he takes care of, and that was touched on in the last episode as well, that he very much is a protector and he needs to look out for people. Hearing the way he talked about how he had to rescue his brother, even though his brother is a grown man, because I mean, if Joel's 56, I'm assuming Tommy is probably late 40s, early 50s, so he's not a kid. But Joel feeling like he's still got to take care of him, look out for him. You know, that's just the way, that's what motivates Joel, is to take care of the people he cares about. And that love and that sense of loyalty and protection is what keeps him going. But you need more than that, because the reality is, as I said, Tommy doesn't really need Joel to take care of him like that anymore, right? He's a grown man. And same with Ellie. At some point, Ellie is going to get to a point where she'll be self-sufficient enough to not need Joel around all the time. So what will drive him then, right? He needs to have more. And I like that Ellie's kind of like this symbol for Joel to start exploring hope and looking at other reasons, and not just looking through this very tainted lens of the world. Because while yes, it does suck in this particular setting, you know, mushroom faces running around and the whole world's infrastructure in the ground, but the people are still there. They're still good people, as Bill said, that are worth saving and worth connecting with. And, you know, obviously you can apply it to even our world today, that it's not perfect. It's clearly not as bad as this, but it's not perfect, but it's the people and our connections and our, you know, just having that overall belief system that there's always something better that could be on the horizon that should give us the motivation to keep going day to day. And so I just kind of like just watching the two of them bounce off of each other. And like I said, that brightness, I look at Ellie as like this bright light, and Joel is like this really dim flame that's dying to get some oxygen so it can light up again. But he keeps putting a cup over it, because he's scared that when he starts to care again, he's going to get hurt again. And, you know, he's still, like Mike said, I still think he hasn't processed the full grief around losing his daughter. But anyways, this is kind of a long-term healing, a long-term therapy session for him. You know, Ellie just providing that companionship. And again, I feel like healing what he went through all those years ago through building this bond with her slowly. And of course, teaching her, like, you know, how to use the gun, how we keep saying to her, it's not fair that you have to do all these things, because he wants to protect her like he protected his daughter, or tried to, or failed to in his mind. But as I said, he's got to learn to let her grow up and also defend for herself, because this is not a world where she can be, you know, putting her head in the sand and hiding. She needs to know how to take care of herself. So, and also just Ellie realizing that she's just got to keep chipping away at that armor. And we saw that in that last moment with the terrible pun joke. She finally got a laugh out of Joel, so she knows that there's a soul in there somewhere. She just has to keep massaging it until it can come to light. So yes, we were introduced to some new characters, otherwise some people who are in this town. As I said, that block in the road looks like it was done on purpose to keep people from averting the town, and they're looking for someone. And I think we can assume it was the people who showed up in the end there. And now they're assuming that Joel and Ellie are involved somehow. So yeah, unfortunately, Joel and Ellie have stumbled into a mess, but it's kind of something that you have to risk in this world where people are quite desperate in some places. So we'll have to see how that goes. I think we're going to be in for a lot of action and danger in the next episode. Obviously, I have some game knowledge around some things that happen, but we'll see. The show's been taking a lot of departures here and there, so I literally have no idea what we're going to see next, but I'm very much looking forward to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this along with me. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next video.